Happy Thursday. Release my bad. How's it going? Peace and blessings from Team Angie. Happy Thursday. I'm team member Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for mental health awareness as well. The great wealth transfer, what's been going on since the shutdown, these quiet moves. We're going to get into that in just a bit, but first of all, I like to put out positive vibes into the universe. I'm all about good energy. By doing so, I go live each day putting out a positive word for the day. Today is November the 20th, 2025. And this is the reading for today. I am pleased with you, my child, allowing yourself to become fully aware of my pleasure shining upon you. You do not have to perform well in order to receive my love. In fact, a performance focus will pull you away from me towards some sort of parasitism. I never seen this word already before. Parasitism. This can be a subtle form of idolatry, worshiping your own God works. Worshipping your own good works. It can also be a source of deep discouragement when your works do not measure up to your expectations. Shift your focus from your performance to my radiant presence. The light of my love shines on you continually, regardless of your feelings or behavior. Your responsibility is to be receptive to this unconditional love. Thankfulness and trust are your primary receptors. Thank me for everything. Trust in me at all times. These simple disciplines will keep you open to my loving presence. It was hard to spit that one out. It was a really inspiring word for today. I am pleased with you, my child. Allow yourself to become fully aware of my pleasure shining upon you. Do not try to be coming to Christ when you feel like you're perfect, when everything's working out, when you finally have a little bit of mind control and self discipline to not sin so frequently. My radiant presence, shift your focus from your performance to my presence. The light of my love shines on you continuously, regardless of how you're feeling or how you're behaving. Your responsibility is to be receptive to this unconditional love. We try to please people so much, we get discouraged when we don't find favor in man. We get disappointed when we're trying our best to please people and they're not happy. We often use our services and sacrifices the wrong way, and therefore we feel we're not deserving of love, of attention, of understanding, of all these human emotions that make us feel fulfilled or satisfied, right? But that's the total opposite of what God is telling us. He says we don't have to be loved that way. We're not loved that way. We're loved unconditionally, no matter how we perform or no matter how we feel. And that's pretty powerful. I know I've been in this position before, pleasing people, conforming to this world, trying to find favor amongst men and women. When I say men, I'm not just talking about men, but mankind, because men and women aren't that different, as far as the way that we think, the way that we behave, the desires that we yearn for. We all desire to be loved, to be understood, to be cared for, to be protected. Even as a man, I don't want to be around a female that's chaotic, that's unbalanced, that's full of the worldly mindset that brings danger into my life. Like a real queen is a queen. She basically molds things and nurture things and keeps things going. The opposite of a woman would be someone who's full of desires and don't know how to maintain these desires. You can desire to be healthy and not maintain your health status. Whenever you get some sweets, you go eat the sweets or, smoke and drink, whatever, right? A virtuous woman is someone who won't put you in these positions, and likewise, and vice versa as a man. A man won't lead you into dangerous situations. A man won't lead you into un, um, ununion with the universe. You won't be out here having to force things to happen. He won't have you scamming, cracking cards, and putting yourself in danger, right? Whether it be physically, or whether it be mentally, or whether it be financially. A man of God will not lead you this way, just like a woman of God. And we often look past who people really are inside because of what we desire from them. They may look good, they may have possessions of certain things that we want, or whatever, right? And we'll go against the grain, dissolving ourselves piece by piece, trying to chase after people, trying to please people, trying to fit in with certain groups and um, crowds, right? This is just an awareness and a reminder that we are loved regardless, especially those of you who are choosing to believe in Christ and follow Christ as our Lord and Savior. He says, thank me for everything. Trust me at all times. These simple disciplines will keep you open to my loving presence. And that's so true. God's word never comes back void and never comes back empty. His promises are always kept. His word is true. That's why everybody always swear to God, because they know God's word is top dog. His word is valid. His word is credible. And his word was inspired to to write this inspirational word for the day, which comes from his word in the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 8 through 9. Also, Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 16 through 19. And last but never the least, is book of Psalms, chapter 62, verse 8. These are the readings and the inspirational writings from the books of the Bible of November the 20th. Shift your focus from your performance to my radiant presence. It's pretty dope, man. This is me enjoying peace in his presence when Jesus is calling me to do so. Written by Sarah Young. Jesus calling. Jesus is always calling us. But instead, we don't hear his voice because we are so busy focused on the things that we can control, the things that we can handle. We focus on ourselves. We are made to be dependent of God as we co-create with God, meaning we need that help. This is how you manifest. You do what you got to do. You do use your power, your mindset, and your abilities. You know, if you're a able-bodied person, you're gonna take those steps to achieving whatever it is you desire. This is how you manifest. And with that being said, as far as being codependent, once you do all that you can, you speak to God about it. You ask God, is this is what you want to bless me with? Is this something that aligns with your will for my life? You know, besides my wants, is this something that I need in my life? God will answer your prayer. He'll make it happen and let you know if this is something that I have for you. If this is something that's a part of your will. A lot of times we want things, but that doesn't mean that it's what we need. We don't really understand the capacity of the things that lurks around us, you know, the danger that we're in the midst of at all times. A lot of things that we want puts us in danger. I like to do drugs. I want a blunt from time to time. I want a cigarette. I want a drink. Not every day, not all the time, but at the same time, those small, subtle habits of me wanting those things gradually deteriorates my health, gradually deteriorates my well-being as far as my willingness to go get up and do things. It brings in procrastination and a lot of other bad habits that are kin to each other that's waiting on you to continuously choose these choices. That's why I advocate for mental health, because the mind is a powerful thing. It takes a lot of self-discipline to just block those thoughts that aren't aligning with who you are, that aren't aligning with who you are to become, that aren't making you happy. Sin is anything that's a choice, a lifestyle, a behavior that makes you unhappy. Sin is fun, but at the end of the day, once you make these decisions, the consequences are unhappiness. Just like, what do I mean, right? Sinning, right? To steal. To steal is a sin. You'll be like, okay, I got a perfect opportunity to steal some money. Nobody's around. It's right there. I do it. I'm happy, right? That's a sin. Because later on, what comes with that is, oh, now I have a guilty conscience about taking something that wasn't mine. Not only that, maybe other things may happen to you. Whoever had that money and put that money there or lost that money, they could have put energy with it. Like, whoever finds this and doesn't return it, I want them to be receiving bad health and using their words and spells and energy to cast that into, you know, their energy balances back out, their reality balances back out. These things are possible. These things do happen. That's why people do different money spells. People work for money. They do whatever for money, right? Because they put that energy into receiving it. But nevertheless, it's just about being righteous, doing the right thing, whether someone see you or not. My dad always said that, like, do you have any morals? Morale is important. Morale is when you have the opportunity to do wrong when nobody's around, nobody sees, at least you think, but you choose to do right instead. He was like, these are the way that we live. This is the way that we choose. This isn't the way of the world. This way is short and narrow. It's hard to choose this path. This is what I do each day in my pursuit of happiness. I choose to take Christ with me and pursue the things that brings me peace of mind and happiness. It's not an easy journey, but it's possible, it's doable, and I experience happiness from time to time. I achieve it from time to time. Therefore, that little activity, that little mindset, that helps build my confidence more and more. It helps build my faith more and more. It helps me manifest more and more. It keeps me in a state of mind of gratefulness. I'm always grateful for the day. No matter how it may look, no matter how it may turn out, I'm grateful. In this present mind, in this state of mind, I'm grateful for the good things that happen today. I'm grateful for the bad things that happen today. But nevertheless, I amplify these experiences for more things to be grateful for. I'm grateful for all of these money making opportunities that I have, all these streams of income I've created. Not to be boastful, but it was something I didn't think that I'd be able to do for myself. The marathon continues like I started last year with digital marketing. I didn't think that I'd be creating these other sources of income, things that I enjoy doing, turning my passions into profit. It's not all about profit, but it's enjoying my lifestyle and leaving a legacy overall behind. I'm doing things with purpose. I'm living with passion. I wake up. I enjoy my creativity. I enjoy to have the mindset to be free to create. And life is good. Life is really great, LRG. And doing so, I take time to disappear from the world, meaning to protect my peace, protect my mind. I'm very empathic, so I don't like to be around too many people all of the time for too long because they drain my energy. And not saying that people are bad or it's a bad thing, it's just that some people are good with the mask when they can mask a happy face but a sad spirit, and vice versa. Uh, Chaotic mind, but displaying a calm sense of humanity or whatever, right? You never know what's going on with people. But nevertheless, some people are good at masking their pain and they suffer in silence. Or at least they think so. And sometimes when I'm around these people, I can feel their pain, I can feel their suffering. Even when they're over ecstatic, I can feel their joy. And these fluctuations of feelings becomes too much for me. I have to realize and recognize what's mine and what's not mine so that I can function properly in society. And therefore, when there's too much going on around too many people with too many different emotions, it becomes stressful for me. And yeah, it's just what it is. So that's why I meant why when I'm around too many people for too long, I have to dissipate and recalibrate my well-being. Anyway, right? It's crucial, and this is called self-love. When I take a moment to myself, it's just recalibrating. It's getting my mind right. It's getting clarity. Meditate. Have a little more vision to tune up your chakras, to tune up your receptors so that you can receive downloads that are for you and differentiate what's distractions and what's not, what's for you and what's not, what should I entertain and put energy into, and vice versa. All highly successful people become investors. It's just what it is. And why is this? Because you learn how to use your mind in ways that give you more energy and that fulfill you, things that brings life to you. And what brings life to you is having time to create. So you'll create the mindset and you'll create a situation where your money starts to work for you and not the other way around. And with this being a reality, you have more time to create more income streams, which will be automatic because you will learn how to do these things, set these things up, nurture them, grow them to where they can work for themselves. And therefore, you can have passive income and or residual income. They're both money coming in from time to time. The only difference is with residual is you know how much coming when time is coming. Passive income, you don't know when it's coming or how much it's coming, but you have a stream of income that you don't know when or how much. That's passive income. It could be online or offline. And residual income is a landlord who has a tenant paying rent every first or the 15th and they're paying exactly this much. That's residual income. You know for how long it's going to come, when it's going to come, and how much it's going to come. And you can have residual income offline or online. How is that possible? I like to do things online because I'm not mobile. I like to travel, but when I travel, I like to travel for vacation, not for business majority of the time. And therefore, I like to do things online for wherever I'm at. I can take my business with me and do work at whenever I please. Passive income online is having like courses, products, and services that people can utilize strictly through the web, like my digital art NFTs. That's a digital product. It's online. It's available online. I don't need a brick and mortar building. This is what digital marketing is. This is what digital products is, and this is what passive income online is. Utilizing this digital platform, this digital space, having a service for the public to utilize. Like I offer educational courses. This is what this link below is about. Live mentorship, a done for you digital program in a box. Teach you how to set up and launch your own website from launch to profit in 7 days. Also, it teaches you who your perfect customer is. You have master resale rights, teach you what master resale rights is, who your perfect customer is, where the perfect customer is, and so forth and so on. We meet up twice a week for live mentorship. We meet about mindset and we also meet about tech skills. So you don't have to worry about not having any tech skills to become monetized on social media if that's one of your goals, or if you want to create your own product or service like I have, or if you just want to utilize having four streams of income with the Legacy Builders program, which is e-course that teaches you how to set up your own income streams, your own website, and it teaches you high income earning skills. Nevertheless, let's get into what we was talking about, the great wealth transfer. Investing is one thing, right? That's what I was really getting back into. For all high income earners, they all learn how to invest so that they can make money because money is important. It's not everything, but it's a tool that we use, just like food and water and shelter. Money is another thing. You don't want to spend your lifetime working just to get a little bit of money, and you never really truly have enough to truly live the dreams that you desire. Having a lot of money doesn't make you financially free. Financial literacy is what makes you financially free. You can win the lottery today and not have any financial literacy, and therefore the money will not last or not become generational wealth. And therefore the money will not be working for you. You will be enjoying it as a tool, but that tool will no longer be a tool to sustain you. It will not be a necessity, not a necessity, but a provision. Just like you eat as a, you use it as a tool, but more so it's a provision, right? You know, you need to eat to live, and you want to live as long as you can to do whatever you need to do as far as whatever dreams that you have. So you can look at it like that, right? It's a provision. Money is the same thing. You want to use your money to put you in certain positions. You want to use that money to get the provisions you have to stack up to whatever, right? However you use money, but it's about financial literacy to know how to use money, what to do with money, and how to make money work for you. That's where investing comes in. Anyway, right? See what's been going on and what I think this is for entertainment purposes as well. With the great wealth transfer, everybody's been not everybody, but as far as the the money movers in the world, in America we have like 100, maybe more millionaires. We have like probably 20 billionaires. In Asia, they have way more millionaires and way more billionaires. In America, we only have like one or two trillionaires. Egypt have like way more, right? So basically, you know where the money coming from. These trillionaires, these oil companies, and BlackRock. These are for entertainment purposes. The people who own all of these companies and those companies that own other companies. America, we all dabble with these people because we use each other's resources. This is what the tariff stuff come in and all of that, right? We transport and import goods and services. Like we'll be bringing in different clothes and different seeds for different food or whatever, right? We trade with different people. What I think what happened was with the shutdown, they used propaganda. They was telling everybody about the cryptos, certain cryptos. They making certain deals and they want to do this, do that. What I think what happened was they backdoored each other. You know how this the year of the snake and everybody be on that backdoor stuff, how that was so popular and all of this low vibrational activity that was pushed through the mainstream as far as what was trending throughout this year, besides all of the wickedness and chaotic stuff that was happening with the floods, with the Charlie Kirk and the dude that beat up dude on the wrestling. It was so much stuff, right? The Diddy trial, the Lil Durk, um, Epstein files. We dropping some new files. He steady dropping bombs from the grave. Not meant to say that. He steady dropping hits after the grave. My apologies. Anyway, I'm not sure what I can say or cannot say, but yeah. And then they got the government shut down, the food stamps, and all of this stuff going on, right? People Section 8 being took away. They giving them a 2 year time frame. Some people been getting evicted right before the holidays, right before the winter. Um, just so much, right? Our president, our leaders making announcements like, "Oh, we're about to be so rich in crypto and ooh, ooh, ooh." October was October, right? History usually repeats itself, but when they got some snake stuff going on, the backdoor stuff going on, you're going to see some weird stuff happening. Which, if you just pay attention to money, where the money is going, what the money is doing, you will see October 1st, just like history repeats itself. October 1st was no different. But also the month of October switched. It did a slight U-turn, a 180, straight turned around. Bitcoin hit its all-time high, which was like 120 some thousand. And then the next day it dropped. And then it's the next month of November from 120,000 to like 80,000 currently. You like, where did all the money go? What happened to this big bull activity, right? Bull meaning that they're gonna go up. The horns go up, and the bear activity meaning the claws bring the prices down, which is the red. Whenever you look at a chart, if you know anything about the markets, this is that talk, that bull, that bear talk. They was like, oh, it's gonna be a bull run, right? Because of October, and they're like, oh, it's October. And if you was paying attention in September, they was like, let's get ready for October. They're gonna make big moves with the cryptos. They're probably gonna hit sky high prices or all time highs and gonna make some new millionaires. You hear this every month, right? Every propaganda, every new hot headline about cryptocurrency. Whenever you do hear anything about the money, right? And I'm telling you, this is the setup. This is the move. This is how they've been doing it, and this is how they do it. So, um, September, the end of September, people was scrambling a little money, buying Bitcoin. October 1st, took their profit as soon as it went up. The rest of the month has been shaky. They, oh, what's going on? The whales then bust their moves already. Meaning like these trillionaires who actually make the market move. They all came together like, hey, let's push the Bitcoin like usual. And once the public jump in, they think they're gonna ride this wave for the month of October. We're gonna cash out. And we're gonna keep on pushing it, you know what I'm saying, throughout the month. We're gonna have different stuff going on because of that same day, October 1st, when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, guess what else happened? The government shut down. That same day, October 1st. Crazy, right? So people lost a lot of money right before the next move that happened, which was this month when they prolonged people's food stamps, when they finally opened back up after 6 weeks of people not being paid and working for free. As soon as October 1st hit, October 7th, they might have got that last check. Might have, may not. I don't know. But around the 14th of October, people wasn't getting any checks, and since the 14th of October to damn near the 14th of November, they just now started. Let me look at the calendar really quick, because it was almost just about a month. 14th, that was last Friday. Um, I say about 10th, maybe Monday, but it was a holiday. I think the banks were shut down. The government just opened up not too long ago, maybe last Monday. But whatever, right? You see what's been happening, right? People thinking since the end of September they finna come up on the Bitcoin, which some people probably could have. I know I came up on XRPs and whatever else I had. We could check my portfolio and see what I got going on now and what I had going on then. But anyway, right? Um, what I think what happened was when they made these agreements, because you see what was happening, right? As I was saying, who has the big money and who's making these moves and who want to make money with them. Um, Plus with the XRP talk, right? Because XRP is not an American thing that was made. Just like Nano, I believe they're called. Which really is wait, is it Nano or Bricks? I think it's Bricks. Basically it's Britain, Russia, Ireland, China, South Africa, or something like that, right? They all banked together. And then since they're all banked together, like I said, China, right? China the one who has these XRPs, and they was the first ones to start digital currency, which was Bitcoin. That Bitcoin and all this cryptocurrency, that's all their stuff. We're just tapping in with them to be a part of it. You know, we want to join the club. We want some of this crypto money as well. They allow us to do it. We have the systems to do so, right? The way that they've done so is started out with Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin is so popular. It was the first cryptocurrency successful that everybody used. And next was Ethereum. And why Ethereum? Because Ethereum was not just a cryptocurrency, but what this currency has, it has let's say it has functions, right? What functions it can do, it can create other cryptocurrency. You can use Ethereum to create other cryptocurrency and or to buy or sell and also to create NFTs. So with Ethereum, you can create smart contracts, is what they call it. And what a smart contract is what you create and use to create cryptocurrency, NFTs. And what are these smart contracts? Is basically um, saying I want to make a game token, and my game token will have like V Bucks, right? That's a smart contract. Somebody was like, I'm going to make these coins that you buy for the game. And when you buy these coins, it has certain features in it. Like it may come with skins, it may come with uh, bonus levels or whatever, right? So that's a smart contract. And that's what Ethereum is allowed different coins to be made and do. So hopefully that's understood and that's what that means. And blockchain, what is a blockchain that came with the Bitcoin? Blockchain is basically like a bank, but it's online. And nodes are people, anybody, you and me, can be the people that work the bank, that work the blockchain. And what we do is we verify transactions. Every transaction is a block, and each block becomes attached to each other and it becomes a blockchain. And however many transactions you do for that day, all those blocks becomes put into the system for that day. And then your blockchain with your crypto wallet number and ID, everything's always in the system, and that's the blockchain with all of these blocks that blocks of transactions that you do with the cryptocurrency, whatever cryptocurrency it is, whatever transaction you did, is being calculated, is being reviewed by people, different people, and once it's authorized that this transaction was real by a real person, whatever, woo, woo, all of that, right? Then it goes to the chain, and you'll have your records, which is like your transaction. So that's what that is. And what's been going on lately, just like a regular bank, what cryptocurrency has is called staking, which means it's an option to put some of your cryptocurrency into a savings account, which is called staking. Not every cryptocurrency offers savings and rewards, right? Staking is basically if you purchase a full coin, you can get rewarded for having that coin, for having possession of it, right? For having ownership. You can have some in your wallet, and then you can have some in your savings wallet and your staking account. Whichever platform you use to buy these things, they offer it right then and there. So it's nothing that you will not know about if this coin offers staking rewards or not, right? Anyway, and you can grow your money like that too. No matter how this coin performs, you let it sit. Like I get staking rewards from Ada, Atom, and you can do an XRP too, I believe. But anyway, I just use those two, and they pay every Thursday. Anyway, why am I saying this, right? Because this is another way that millionaires and people make money. It's another way of investment. It's another smart, strategic way of making money throughout the month, throughout the week, throughout the day, however you want to capitalize profits, right? Return on investment. Um, what I believe what happened was everybody came together and like we finna do something with the XRPs, which what happened last Thursday on the 13th. It went live as an ETF on 7 exchanges, meaning like the SP 500 in New York, right? You know, that's a stock exchange place, and they have different places and different ones and different whatever, right? But you know, that's an exchange, a stock, it's an exchange market where um, businesses go public, which is initial public offering, which they offer IPOs, and you can buy stocks and bonds or whatever, right? Anyway, XRP was the another crypto to go to the exchange as a commodity, as an asset, right? Before this happened, they seen what happened when they did this with cryptocurrencies because Bitcoin was the first one to go on the exchange as a commodity asset. That's why Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, first new asset added to the bonds that we all use, that we all trade with, right? Like I was saying, how different countries come together and we trade, but when we do as far as money, we use gold, real estate, now cryptocurrency, and of course different cash. But we getting off of the cash and we going into cryptocurrency, and we'll never get off of the gold or the real estate. Anyway, right? And these are bonds. If my country owes your country and we can't afford it with cash, we'll come up with some gold. We know 1 bar of gold is like $4,000 at the moment, and it's gold is up there, whatever, right? So it's basically like a kilo of gold, and by the gram, it's probably like it's like 1,000. I forget. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make up some stuff, but I know they go by the keys of gold, and one key is worth a certain amount of money, X amount of money. Just like if you go to a pawn, if you don't have a whole brick, you want to go by the grams, and a gram of gold is probably like what, $80 to $90. Maybe not at the moment. I don't know, but gold is valuable nevertheless. Everybody worldwide know how much gold is worth, and that's why we use gold as an asset and real estate. You might have a building that has gold in it, that has stone, crystal, marble, whatever different type of minerals inside, not inside, but this building has been made of. That's hard to cut, hard to recreate. That's earth material, whatever, right? So they know the power of certain structures, certain buildings, certain areas at that. Sometimes it's not the building, it's just the area where this thing is at. And it has so many resources in this area that we want this plot of land. It might have something on it that we say this is valuable, it's a monument or whatever, right? But deep down inside, where it don't want you to know, underground, it has all of these things and or resources that's here that you don't really know about, like certain mushrooms, trees, plants, whatever, right? So I don't really know all of this stuff, but this is what they do, and this is why they do it, because they like to have these values. Have you ever heard of the crown jewels? If not, I'm gonna tell you about it. And this is where secret societies come about. This is where You hear the term Illuminati, you hear all of these demonic things or whatever, right? This is what all this stuff is really about and where it comes from. Whether you believe in Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you want to call him, it don't matter. As long as you know who the true King of Kings is, who our true Lord and Savior is, right? And that you know that he lived and that he was once here walking on this earth, whether it was in America or Egypt, whatever, however the map was at the time. But nevertheless, he left behind certain things, just like we all do when we pass away and we transition, we transcend. He left behind his cup, which is the Holy Grail. I know you guys have heard of the Holy Grail. This isn't no fairy tale thing, it's a real thing that people look for and they want possession of it. Pardon me. Hello. Hey, I haven't checked, but I could check. For them people you said, uh, what you had ordered it or somebody bring it? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm just working right now, but I guess everything I. All right, I'll call you if I find out something. I'm gonna check in a bit. You're welcome. I gotta charge my phone too. My bad. What they did was with this cryptocurrency, while they was all coming together, staking. Why bring up staking, right? Because on the first, they was like they did this two times. What I just seen and witnessed on the first, when October went along, I never really noticed because I wasn't owner of Bitcoin. I was doing other things and I was living another lifestyle. But anyway, I always keep my ears to the finances and see what's going on. So what I found out earlier this year was every October for the last like 15 years, maybe 8 years or so, except for 2 out of those 8 years, but more consistently throughout the years of October, the month specifically of October, Bitcoin reaches its highest peak. And people was like, back then it was like 5,000, it was like 10,000. Every time it went up, it was October, just mind you that, right? And this year they was getting ready for it to happen again, which it did happen, which was the 1st of October. Bitcoin went to 120,000. It reaches its all-time high, and then all of a sudden it just dropped tremendously, right? So, and then it started picking up again. You hear the talks, the whispers. What I believe what they did was on the first, everybody bought in the whales, and the whales are just basically the people who has the most money in this asset, meaning they bought millions or they bought billions, because usually when they drop a crypto, they have like 100 billion in circulation. So it's only so many that people could buy up, right? And they'll buy millions at a time. Some of them buy a few billion or whatever, but these billionaires who have these billions of coins, whenever they buy or sell, that's when the market moves higher, it drops lower. Anyway, right? So what happened on the first? They bought in, and then they hurry up and put their money in savings. And then what thing about that is like I got money tied up for 21 days right now, which I was kind of salty about it, but not so. Anyway, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because if you want to spend it, you gotta wait. But if you want it to grow, it's already growing. Anyway, so I believe, and you could do this on Uphold. I'll show you guys what that wallet looks like. But anyway, right? They have like 5 to 10 different cryptos you can buy for the low. The highest one I bought was like $2, maybe $3, which was the Atom token. And then I have 1 inch, which is a game token. It's like 20 cent. Got like 63 of those. Um, But that's what I had took out. They're tied up right now for 21 days. I'm getting a little money off the staking because I took majority out, but the money is in limbo right now. It's transitioning until that time is up. So what I think they did with Trump, how he thought he was finna get rich, like get everybody finna buy in. This is what they did, and I hurried up and put the money in savings. So on the data, it showed that okay, everybody bought in, but within that next hour on the chart, they see like oh, a lot of money didn't went out, but it's still you can't buy no more coins because the coins is in limbo. They're in staking, they're in savings, and they're using a little bit of that for transactions for the rest of the coins that's in circulation. So when they seen that sell, they didn't know that they didn't sell off. They just put the money in savings, and now it's like, damn, I just lost a lot of money because now they're starting to panic because the prices drop, and the prices are keep dropping. And what they're doing is they're taking money out of the majority of the wallet and putting it in their savings. So it's looking like all people selling off, but they're not. They're just holding on to their coins. And then the other people, the majority of the ones who don't have as much and who's losing money from these transactions, they're like, let me just sell because I don't want to lose any more money. And majority of the people who think like this, they're going to miss out because at any given time when they take them, well, you got to wait 21 days now, but when that 21 days over with, watch how much money get poured into Bitcoin and all of these little coins. And then it might be like, oh, they went up 500, 5,000%, and people going to get rich. The people who was not selling out, who are just looking at it like, all right, let me just let my money sit. Cause I got like 9 million coins. It's like $10 in the hole, but I still have money in my account. It's not, it didn't eat my account out. And that's what a lot of people don't think as well. That's why they say when you're doing the markets, it's for the long run, because if you can have a little patience and just wait for these things to happen, because it's not that they want to push the money back in or take the money out. The money in limbo, my money in limbo too. Like I got money that's waiting until this 21 days are over with till I can either cash it or reinvest it or whatever I want to do with my money, right? But in the meantime, I'm still making a little extra money off the side. I do regret not just leaving the money staking because I try to take it out, but it's showing, but it's not in their account. Like it shows on my account, right? But the money is still processing. It hasn't processed fully yet to where I can actually spend this money. The only money that I can spend is the other money that I didn't touch that wasn't processing and staking. Sometimes you can unstake or you can stake and it'll take 3 days to get in the rotation where you're getting paid. And sometimes when you unstake, it could do the same thing. It could take, well, to get on is usually up to 3 days no longer, but to get out, sometimes it's up to 21 days. You can get your money back the next day or you can get it back within 21 days. And once you agree to this is the protocol. It is what it is. You can't complain about it. It's like this is what we're doing because there's so much money moving, and we don't want to be taking money out every day because so many transactions or whatever, right? And these transactions are by the millions, they're by the billions, they're by the trillions. It's a lot of money in the markets. Every market has its different cap. Like some markets has 2.5 trillion, and they might have a billion people inflow a day who's utilizing this token. They might have a few trillion people a day, whatever, right? To each his own with each coin. But nevertheless, these are the rules and stimulations of savings with crypto. Certain platforms they do the unstaking process after 21 days. Some don't. But the platform I use, they do. So that is the only downfall of taking your money in and out of staking. To put it in is cool because you're going to get paid every Thursday from however many coins that you have in there, gaining however much percent. In which the Atom coins, they're probably like 280 to $3. They have a 16.5 percent yielding rate, which is pretty decent. If you really want to make some money for the last 90 days, you could just buy like $20 and let that money gain interest or however much, right? And you're not doing anything but just letting your money sit. So that's another way to make money and make your money work for you as well, because it goes up and down. You're making small or whatever profits as that happen, but overall you're making that money right back on the back end because you're getting paid in dividends, which really this is what stocks do. Certain companies do. They'll pay you on the back end like that every month just for having pieces of their company. It's no different with cryptocurrency. And right now, a lot of people are panicking. They're selling. They're continuously watching the market. And for people like me and other people who put the money in the savings and now the money's locked up, we're just like, all right, whatever. We'll keep our eyes on new investments for, especially like now when the prices are steady going down. It's unstable, which it seems unstable, but majority of these coins are finding their floor. they're finding their support zone, meaning that this price is a steady price. Nobody's going to drop it lower than that, but it may continuously to go up until it hits resistance to figure out what's going to be its new support zone. And resistance is like it's going up to a point. It's coming up to a price, right? Like if this, let's say this worth $2, it's not going to go under $2 because every marketing that I do for it, it raises up to 3 or 4, and when it goes down to another support, it might stop at like $3, and now it's not going no lower than $3 or whatever, right? So that's the support. The higher is the resistance, and that's just stock talk, market talk. Whenever you see these charts and you hearing them talking about supports and resistance, that's what that's about. But anyway, right? Anytime, any day, once this 21 days are over with, and people are making money, they're making money from their savings, especially if you got any Atom coins and if you got way more. It's ATOM. If you have any of those, they're going to have so much money after these 21 days. And then I'm pretty sure they're going to buy back into Bitcoin because it's so low right now. And for those of them who've been holding on, they know 21 days is not a long time to cash out and profit. The same way that they did with their Bitcoins. I'm pretty sure these are the same guys who bought these years ago and they let their coins turn from $1 to 100,000. And they had 1 million coins that did that exact same thing. So this is, it looks crazy, right? But looks can be deceiving. This is what the fear of investment is like. Oh man, so much going on. I don't know if I'm really going to profit or I'm not going to profit right away. That's how people miss out on becoming millionaires because of this exact same thing happening now. And I'm pretty sure you guys going to keep hearing about XRP, which um not advising. This is not financial advice, but I wouldn't get any XRPs. If you got enough, I'll buy a Bitcoin, because once Bitcoin hit 200,000, which is going to do within the next few months, maybe next month or the first of the year, all of these other coins are going to blow up. And why not get something that's less than $1 so that if you can afford to buy a few million at a time, then you'll become one of the future whales of this new currency, whichever one that they may boost up. People continuously talking about Dodge. They're continuously talking about Cardinal, ADA, Solana, Ethereum, XRP. The thing about these four, of course, we could say Bitcoin or whatever too, right? But the thing about these five, which is like six major coins, they've had their moments already. The same way that other coins are about to have their moments with the staking stuff going on, because they're meeting their support zone, which however low it may be, and now people are like, okay, we want to push another coin because we could buy so many, and if it only goes up to like 30 cents, then that's a 9 million profit or 500,000. Like it's tremendous. It's crazy the way that they're making this money, but this is what's going on. So don't miss out on investing in yourself and investing in your education. Being around like-minded individuals who just want to be happy in life, have a little time freedom, and not only that, but have financial literacy so that you can know how to make your money work for you and not the other way around. And also to have financial freedom because you can receive all type of money at any given time. You could go viral at any given time. You could be put in a position at any given time. But if you know how to capitalize and utilize the position you are in order to put yourself in that position, it won't last long. So moves like this take time. Everything takes time. This could happen overnight for you. But if you're not in position, if you're not in the race, it won't happen. You'll be hearing about these stories how others just made so many millions off of whatever crypto, whatever new company. Um, One thing I love about Nipsey Hussle, what I take from him, why I always say the marathon continues, is because he was like, and I really believe this because I see it happening all the time. See it happening even with the crypto world. All these big companies, they at their peak. They're as big as they can get. They're gonna always be popular. They're gonna always have that reputation. But with that being said, there's so much room for these younger companies to grow, and so many younger companies are gonna just blow up out of nowhere, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, how did they do this?" Because they started and didn't stop, and they adapt to the way that the world is changing. Just like me personally with digital marketing, I have to continuously adapt to the way that the world is changing, the way that people accept things, the way that people are advertised to, right? You have to adjust and adapt with the times and with the tools that are being used. AI, especially, is nothing to be afraid of. It's something that you can control and use to your advantage. A lot of people this year have been losing their jobs to AI, but not only that, because these people don't want to adjust, they don't want to adapt. And unfortunately, it comes at a price of being forced to do so. You either adjust or adapt to this new technology that we are using to advance our daily lives. We like comfortability, right? We like convenience. That's why we gravitate toward these new products and ideas, services. And it's all right. But with that being said, don't allow this new technology, this advancement, this comfortability to stop you from thinking from yourself, because that's basically what's going on with the world. A lot of people are getting comfortable allowing this technology to be their minds, and they don't know how to rationalize thoughts. They don't know how to compartmentalize different departments of different situations. That's why they're so shallow and in depth, so inhumane, so unempathetic to what's going on around them, so dehumanized. So all of these things going on, right? Because technology thinks for them, and it makes them think that it's weird to be engaging with people in person. It's weird to have compassion for somebody. It's not right to want to help somebody. It's weird to be different or whatever, right? It's weird to not think for yourself. If you do, you're a conspiracy theorist or you're a madman. You know what I'm getting at, right? This technology has people going crazy, and now people are starting to wake up in total conscious. From the collective conscious, they're thinking like, this is crazy, this is foolish. Why would I want to continuously be like the world when the world is lost? And I can see it with my own eyes now. I no longer have to conform to this world and be liked and join these different groups of lost individuals. I can be myself, and that's all right, whether I'm liked or loved or whatever, right? People are starting to have confidence and live courageous and stop suffering in silence and talk about the things that they're struggling with. And that's why I advocate for mental health awareness, because we all have problems, we all have struggles, but nevertheless, we are human and we have a constant battle of the mind. Each and every one of us, we have to. Sometimes these battles are so intense, the people that they say have mental health issues or whatever, right? These people just have a tougher battle to fight, a tougher battle of the mind, where they're bombarded with thoughts of maybe suicide or depression or incompetence or feeling inadequate to be helped, be courageous, to fight temptations, whatever, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But um, that's why I advocate for mental health awareness, because we have the power to change that. We have the power to truly be free, to be free from all strongholds, all chains, doubt and depression, right? Because we're more than conquerors through Christ, who strengthens us. For those of you who choose Christ, it's a choice that I choose daily. I pick up my cross and I pursue happiness. And I spend a little time reading His Word. That's what this book was about. This is how I read the Bible. I know a lot of these scriptures already, but I just reaffirm them by the way that I read this book and the way that this book is inspiring other people to live a courageous lifestyle, being holy, being set apart. And that's just what holiness is, being different than the world. If ever you look at me and you be like, he just like so and so like so and so, that means that's a red flag, because I'm like the world, and that's unholiness. This world is dirty and corrupt, and it's always trying to get you to get out of position, right? So much jealousy, envy, hate, misery, and it comes in all forms and fashions. But anyway, right? All of these things are distractions. All of these things are a battle of the mind. We're all being tempted and tested daily, sometimes overdrive for some people. And the more you choose to spend time thinking about the things that aren't aligning with your future, these things that are negative and low vibrational acts, to steal, to lie, to curse, to feed desires that aren't healthy, right? Not having boundaries in life, not being accountable, not being aware, a lot of things. But it takes time, it takes discipline, it takes practice to be aware and to see these signs and symbols that's calling for you to be discouraged, to be distracted, and those, or vice versa, calling you to be courageous, to fail again, to get back up again, right? Not saying that if you choose to do something, you're going to be successful right away. And if you're not successful right away, that doesn't mean that you're a failure. And it doesn't mean that it won't happen for you. It just means that you need to re-strategize. You need to pivot. You need to adjust. And that's what I've been doing. And that's what a lot of people do. This is what we're doing when things doesn't work out. This is why we say we have to pivot, because we don't always know the answers. We don't always know the way. But this is how you manifest. You give it a try. You don't just sit here and pray and hope and wish that things are going to work. No, you have to try. You have to fail. You have to keep failing sometimes. You have to be losing out on money. You have to lose out on opportunities. You have to lose out on friends. You might have to lose out on people that understand you. Sometimes this is a lonely journey. But at the end of the day, a flower doesn't need the whole field to grow. It grows alone on its own, unless it's a rose, and then it grows together with others. But it's a pokey situation. It's a ugly situation until it's able to bring everybody into some beauty, right? You don't run up on a rose bush without getting poked. That beauty took time. It took collaboration. It took it took all of these type of sacrifices that are an ugly transformation, just like a human being. They're always being burned and scalded and mold, right? The same as with gold. You have to dig in the earth for this gold. And not only that, once you find it, it has to be refined. I mean, it has to burn to look as beautiful as it does. Every shiny piece of gold, just know it once came from the ugly dirt that someone had to go down and get, and also burn into its finest point. Every major athlete that has championships, that has trophies, they have major failure as well. Every nice person, they choose to endure unnice things, and they choose to respond in another way. What I'm saying is persistence, right? You have to be persistent with your actions, with your beliefs, with your vision, with your journey on your road. You have to continuously strive, because it's a choice. Once you get knocked down, you have that choice to stay down, to be a failure, and to feel like, all right, this doesn't work. I'm going to go into something different, right? You have a choice. That's why I advocate for mental health awareness, because the mind is a powerful thing. And you have to work on your mind just like you have to work on your body if you're going to physically be fit. You have to work on math problems. You have to work on education when you're learning in school. You have to work on the way that you learn things, the way that you do things, right? You have to work on these things. And this is a choice as well. Not everybody chooses to work on themselves. And you have to know the difference between people who will give a little effort and adjusting who they are to be all that they can be. You want to be adding to these people and not taking away, because these type of people have a mind of their own. They use their mind. They think for themselves. And these people don't want to be around you. These people will be patient or whatever, but you know the difference. You feel their energy. You know when someone's sincere. You know when someone's serious about what they're into. And it just is what it is. After a while, whatever you continuously focus on and put energy into, that's what you become. It becomes better than your DNA. This is how habits are formed. This is how people drift in life, with habits that they can't control because they have no perfect, no no depth. I'm starting to stumble on my words. They have no passion in life. They have no definite purpose. Is what I meant to say. I was saying it backwards for some reason, some odd weird reason. Definite purpose, right? You won't drift when you're definite about what you're doing in life, whether you're failing at it or not, right? Give yourself a little room, give yourself a little grace. What you don't know, you just don't know. Um, I really want to share this video. It ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but um, these things kind of do affect who you are and what you become. You got to be careful about the foods that you eat, um, the people that you're around, the places that you go to. If the place doesn't feel right with the energy, this is how you use your intuition to know that this place isn't the place for you. These people aren't the people for you, and or these activities isn't something that you need to engage in. Drifting, right? Subtle little habits dictate who we become. Nature basically fix our decisions. It makes it permanent, and we have to adjust to nature. Meaning, right now it's the winter solstice time, right? I'm not going to walk around in t-shirt and shorts unless I want to be sick and I want to freeze. But other than that, I'm going to adjust to the times, and that's what people have to do consciously, mentally. When you want to be better at being you, it's hard to be you because it's a choice to choose to either be uncomfortably growing into the individual that you are to become, or you be uncomfortable trying to pardon me, you're going to be uncomfortable accepting whatever, right? But anyway, I ain't gonna hold you guys long. It's already getting a little lengthy. Peace and blessings from Team Andy. Happy Thursday. I have some situations going on, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I ask for you guys to help me by subscribing. It's free. Support my dream. I'm currently working on monetizing this platform. That's a dream of mine for this year, my yearly goal. I came into this year saying this is what I'm going to do, and this is me doing exactly that. I enjoy what I do as well. I have a lengthy catalog. If you guys would like to catch up on some of my videos, they are educational, motivational, inspirational. You can bench watch. You won't be disappointed. Also, if you want to check out how I turn my passions into profit with my art, I have NFTs in the video I just put up. And also I have in the link below NFTs that you can check out. You just scroll down to the bottom and click on the scales and you'll see my lengthy catalog of my digital art and NFTs, which are non-fundable tokens, which I was talking about with the Ethereum cryptocurrency that I use to create these smart contracts. And if you want to learn how to do the same, I could teach you. Also teach you how to set up a crypto wallet, which I have multiple wallets and multiple accounts. And nevertheless, to get your free blueprint copy, you just put your email into the link above. Look out for 2 emails. I send you a newsletter that I just sent out Sunday. I send them out weekly, create them. Also with my blogs, Talks with Team Angie, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You'll get a free blog if you want to check that out. That's in the newsletter. But nevertheless, but the blueprint is the other email that you would get, which have my products and programs and services. Earn while you learn. Payment plans available. Free blueprint copy below. Live mentorship. We're also going to be doing a free webinar happening really soon. So if you guys want to attend that and ask questions and be a part of my live community, meet my mentor, and just hear some testimonials, you're free to join that. It's a free webinar. And you'll grab that as well by putting your email in, and we'll send it to you guys so that you can secure, because spots do fill up fast. But nevertheless, happy Thursday. May you guys have a peaceful